always from the heart of the city, and now on demand 24/7 on the CHFI website. This is the soundtrack to an intelligent design. And I'm Don Jackson. Around the world on the internet. William Bolitho, author, and quoted in How to Stop Worrying and Start Living by Dale Carnegie, published by Simon & Schuster, said, and I quote, "The most important thing in life is not to capitalize on your gains. Any fool can do that. The really important thing is to profit from your losses. That requires intelligence. And it makes the difference between a man of sense and a fool." This hour, Intelligent Design with Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. Sarah McLachlan, Fallen, and Bruce Hornsby, and that's the way it is. I'm Don Jackson with Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. This hour, some thoughts about intelligence, how it's gained, how we sometimes throw caution to the wind. He was noted for his intelligent visions in science fiction, but he was firmly rooted in this world. Arthur C. Clarke, in The View from Serendip, published by Random House, wrote, and I quote, "It has been said that the greatest single industry of the future will be education. This may well be true, because for every man, education should be a process which continues all his life. We have to abandon as swiftly as possible the idea that schooling is something restricted to youth. How can it be? In a world where half the things a man knows at 20 are no longer true at 40, and half the things he knows at 40 hadn't been discovered when he was 20. Unquote. Arthur C. Clarke, in The View from Serendip, published by Random House. Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. Natasha Bedingfield, Unwritten, Dido's White Flag, and Louis Armstrong, and What a Wonderful World. And I'm Don Jackson with Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com on this, the 18th of February, 2010. We have used our combined knowledge to create intelligent machines to do menial tasks, as well as perform complex equations. Brad Farron, President, Disney Imagineering R&D Incorporated, and in the New York Times Magazine, was quoted as saying, "Art, storytelling, and humor are wonderful things. In a future when intelligent machines will reason and do our donkey work, human artists will become the most valued and irreplaceable of professionals, unique in an automated world." Painters, sculptors, writers, actors, architects, animators, and even people who can decorate a decent Easter egg will achieve unprecedented fame and fortune. Unquote. Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. Nelly Furtado with Keith Urban, In God's Hands. John Mayer, Waiting on the World to Change, and David Gateson, Bread, and If. And I'm Don Jackson with Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. Lord Chesterfield, in letters to his son, wrote, "Never seem wiser nor more learned than the people you are with. Wear your learning like a pocket watch and keep it hidden. Do not pull it out merely to show that you have one. If you are asked what time it is, tell it, but do not proclaim it hourly and unasked, like the watchman." Unquote. So, in other words, in some instances, it is better to not appear too smart. Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. RyanDan with The Face, and Elvis, and Can't Help Falling in Love. I'm Don Jackson with Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. Daphne Rose Kingma, in her wonderful little book, A Garland of Love, Daily Reflections on the Magic and Meaning of Love, published by Canary Press, wrote, and I quote, "Inside the intricacy of our psyches, we all know how much we need to be seen. None of us have come of age having been seen so well that we can truly see ourselves, who we are, how we look, what we came here to do, how we are broken, what moves and touches us. Knowing the particular ways in which you need to be mirrored and discovering the ways in which the person you love also needs to be given an image of him or herself is one of the kind undertakings of love. So today, see if you can identify some aspect of yourself that is still invisible to you, your wit, your ability as an artist, your intelligence, and tell the other person how very much you need this to be reflected back to you. Love is the mirror in which we are given back the truest image of ourselves." Unquote. Daphne Rose Kingma, from A Garland of Love, published by Canary Press. Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. Burton, Cummings, and Dream. David Cook with The Time of My Life, and Deborah Cox, and Beautiful You Are. I'm Don Jackson with Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. Catherine Meyer Graham from Chapter 18 of Personal History. When she became the president of the Washington Post Company in September of 1963, she wrote, and I quote, "What I essentially did was to put one foot in front of the other, shut my eyes, and step off the ledge. The surprise was that I landed on my feet." Unquote. There are some times over the course of our lives when even intellect must take a back seat to our instinct. Ray Bradbury, quoted in the Points to Ponder column of the August 97 issue of the Reader's Digest, said, and I quote, "If we listened to our intellect, we'd never have a love affair. We'd never have a friendship. We'd never go into business because we'd be cynical. Well, that's nonsense. You've got to jump off cliffs all the time and build your wings on the way down." Unquote. Ray Bradbury. Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com.
I just haven't met you yet.
Good night, sweet dreams. I'm Don Jackson.